Hi student, I hope that you all are doing well. This is your 7th lecture. In this video lecture, I am going to talk about concept of bus. This is your second unit. In your second unit, this one is the first video lecture. As for the sequence, it is the 7th video lecture. In this video lecture, I am going to talk about concept of bus. The contents of this lecture: what is a computer bus? How does computer bus work? Computer bus overview. Types of computer bus. A function of bus or buses in a computer. First one, what is a computer bus? What is a computer bus? Bus is a group of wires that connects different components of the computer. It is used for transmitting data, control signals and memory address from one component to another component. A bus can be 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit and 64-bit. A 32-bit bus can transmit 32-bit information at a time. A bus can be internal or external. Here the first point, this one talks about what is a bus. A bus is a group of wires. These wires connect different components. In a computer. The first, and bus, what bus will do? Bus will transmit the data. What will it do? Transmitting data. Not only data, control signals and memory address. This memory address, data, control signal. It is transmitted by bus. One component to another component. This is actual process of or the aim of bus. Why we design in computer architecture. So 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64 bits. These are the size of bus. It may be 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit or 64-bit. So bus can be internal or external. We will see the difference between internal and external bus. Look at here how this bus will work, or how does computer bus work? First of all, the first point, bus transfers electrical signals from one place to another place. What bus will do? Bus transfer electrical signal one place to another place. An actual bus appears as endless amount of etched copper circuits on the motherboard surface. The bus appears, if anyone observes a motherboard in a computer, on that motherboard surface you will see many circuits in a zigzag way. So these circuits, number of circuits, okay, this number of circuits, what kind of circuits? These are copper circuits. Okay, these copper circuits will be there on surface of motherboard, and the bus is connected to the CPU through the bus interface. So, bus connected to CPU through bus unit interface. The travels between the CPU and memory along the data bus. What will travel? Data will travel. data will travels between CPU and memory along with the bus. So if we want transfer data to the CPU or same data CPU to memory, in between there is a bridge. Acting as a bridge, the bridge is nothing but bus. So data travel through bus. Data travel through bus only. And next one, the location, that is called address of the data is carried along the address bus. So we will see types of buses: control bus, address bus, okay, and data bus. We will see. So here the address of the data is carried along the address bus. Okay, data transferring, at the same time address also traveling. We will see what are they. A clock signal which keeps everything in sync travels along the control bus. So a clock signal which keeps everything in sync travels along the control bus. We'll see here a clock signal which keeps everything in sync travel along the control bus. So at the same time synchronizing signals, data address. These all are traveling through the bus only. So there should be synchronization between them. Okay, synchronization between them. What are they? Data will be there, control signals will be there. Next one is the address of the location. This all will be synchronized. So synchronized. The clock acts like a tropic light for all the PC components. What clock will do here? So clock allow to the bus in between the different components to allow the bus to transfer the data. It's working as a tropic. Okay, working as a tropic light. All of you know about the tropic signals. In tropic signals, when one way is blocked, it allow other way to go, and another way you block to allow the another way to go. So at a time, if you allow the always all routes, what will happen? The jam will happen. So the same way, the same jam, tropic jam. So if you want to avoid the traffic jam in a computer, so we are keeping the clock to allow all these things in a synchronization way. I hope that you understand what is the meaning of synchronization, how clock acting as a tropic light to allow the data or transfer the data. So next thing is, but since each task, such as saving a file, is made up of several programmed instructions, and each of those instructions takes several clock cycles to carry out. Several clock cycles to carry out. A person sometimes has to sit and wait for the computer to catch up. So here, if you want to do any work, it may be saving a file or sending a data or several program instructions, it's need. So instructions take several clock cycles to carry out. So we'll see what is we have seen what is a clock, and now I'm talking about a cycle. What is cycle? One round. Cycle is nothing but a one round. So we will see each and everything in our forthcoming slides. What is a cycle? So here we have to understand one thing, that is the overview of bus. The overview of bus. The bus contains multiple wires, first thing, signal lines, the addressing information describing the memory location of where the data is being sent or retrieved. So simple. If you want to understand this line, which line? This line clearly. What it talks? It talks about how bus carrying data along with the signals and at the same time address location. So address of the memory. So these three are included in bus concept. The three will be there. So that's why it containing multiple line, multiple wires for to controlling all these things. First one, signal control. Second one, data. Third one, address of the memory. Okay, three should be there. Each wire in the bus carries a bit of information, which means the more wires a bus has, the more information it can address. So already we said that in a bus, many wires club together between component to component. A bus carries the many wires, the information transmitting is very easy. How many words are there? Okay, that much effectively we can transfer the information. We can transfer the information. For example, a computer with a 32-bit address bus can address 4 GB of memory, and a computer with a 36-bit bus can address 64 GB of memory. Why? Because one computer handling 4 GB of memory and second computer handling 64 GB of memory. That means the bus. What is the difference here? Simple thing. It has 32-bit. That one has 32-bit. This one has 36 bits. Which one has the more bits? That is the capable of handling the more GB. And types of computer bus. So already we discussed system bus types. We are using different buses in a computer. Different buses in a computer. First one is the system bus. What is system bus? A parallel bus that simultaneously transfers data in 8, 16 or 32-bit channels and is the primary pathway between the CPU and memory. System bus existed between the pathway CPU to main memory to CPU. There is a path. This path is called system bus. It may be 8-bit, 16-bit or 32-bit. It's like a channel for what? This channel works as a parallel bus, simultaneously transfer the data to CPU to memory. That is the system bus. First bus, system bus. Second one, internal bus. What is internal bus? These are the types of buses in a computer. Next one is internal bus. Internal bus connects a local device like internal CPU memory. So internal CPU memory, the CPU inside, many registers are there. Many small memory blocks are there. So internal bus connects the local device. So we need it is nothing but a transport system. If you want to go abroad, you are using different transportation modes. If you want to travel in your village, you will use the different transport modes. If you want to go abroad, you will use the different transport modes. You are using bus or train or aeroplane based on your requirement. If you use the bus, that may be internal. You want to use the airways, that may be external. The same manner, internal bus connects the local devices. Next one is external bus. The concept of peripheral devices to the motherboard such as scanners or disk drives. So external bus especially deals regarding external memory or external disk drives. This is the purpose or aim of the external bus, to deal with the scanners or disk drives or pen drives or hard disk from outside. That's why it's called as external bus. Expansion bus allows expansion boards to access the CPU and and RAM, random access memory. This is also one kind of memory. I hope that you have studied already in your previous semester what is the RAM, random access memory. So expansion bus allows expansion boards to access the CPU and RAM. When you want data, you want to extend. For example, you want to type your data. Now you want to extend that data more and more unexpectedly. Without having of any plan, now you are extending your data. So when you are extending data, it helps you to expansion RAM in the CPU. So expansion bus help you to expand the boards and access the CPU and RAM. Expand the boards in CPU and RAM. So front side bus is another type of bus in a computer. Main computer bus that determines data transfer rate, speed, and is the primary data transfer path between CPU, RAM, and other motherboard devices. Okay, front side bus, the main computer bus. Front side bus is the main computer bus that determines what? Data transfer rate, transfer speed, and it's the primary data transfer path between CPU and RAM and other motherboard devices. Just the purpose of bus is to transfer the data. It's act as a bridge to transfer data one component to another component, maybe motherboard or CPU or memory or any particular device. So, but bus are different types. We are fixing the buses in different places with the different names. So, based on for transferring the data and transmitting the data. So, based on the location, based on their purpose, based on their works that they are doing between the different components, we are giving different names. Among them, front bus is the one type, and we are using bus for what? To transfer path between CPU, RAM, and other motherboard devices. Especially, it will focusing on the other motherboard devices to CPU. And backside bus, front side bus works in motherboard to CPU and RAM. Now backside bus, a transfer secondary cache, L2 cache, data at faster speeds, allowing more efficient CPU operation. We will see we have the one concept called memory. In that concept, we are going to study about the main memory and secondary memory and primary memory, okay, and cache memory. We'll see again the cache memory divided into how many parts we will see. But here, it talks about backside bus, especially meant for what? To transfer secondary cache. In a cache, so different parts are there. Among them, one is the secondary cache. So, here especially backside bus will work here. For what? Doing the work faster and in an efficient way. CPU will work faster and in an efficient way using of the back bus. And these are the types already we discussed. So I already said that bus maintaining address, data, and control. So here three different buses that we can observe. One is address bus. Address bus carry address. Next one is data bus. Data will bus carry data. And control bus. Control will send the signals. What kind of signals is control signals? It will send the control signals. So from CPU to RAM, ROM, input output devices and others. So look at here. The diagram is very important. This is a different types of bus diagram. Address bus is here. Data bus, control bus is also three different buses dealing with the RAM, ROM, and other. So bus is simple. It acts as a channel out for transferring data, transmitting the data. Now you can observe different buses are existed in different locations in a computer. So CPU to north bridge. Here one bus is there that is called front side bus that we have seen just now. So front side bus between the CPU and north bridge. So this is the front side bus. So front side bus acting as a bridge between CPU and memory bus. So this one. So here bus, one bus is here, and AGP bus, one more bus here. Memory bus, ATA bus, PCI bus, ISA bus. These are different buses. All enter the diagram. It contains different buses. So different buses in a computer where there exists that we can observe here. So functions of buses in a computers. First one is data sharing. What bus will do? It will share the data. Second thing, addressing. A bus has address lines which match those of the processor. This allows data to be sent from specific memory location. So address help you to send the data or retrieve the data from a particular specific location. Power. Bus supplies power to various peripheral connected to it. Power. And timing. The bus provides a system clock signal to synchronize the peripherals attached to it with the rest of the system. These are the functions of bus. Now I want to conclude this video lecture with summary. So what we have discussed here, we talked regarding what is a bus. Second, how does computer bus work, and computer bus overview, types of computer buses, and finally functions of buses in a computer. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.